What's up, guys? EDA Talk Sports here. I'm going to be doing a review of the latest games from the Euros. It's been an exciting tournament so far, and I would have loved to cover previous games with you. I've just gotten better from some health issues, so I'm ready to go, guys. It's been an amazing tournament so far. So many exciting games to talk about, and we'll do a proper recap once the group stages have ended. But today, we kicked off with the Group B game, Croatia versus Albania. And on paper, you wouldn't have expected it to be the most crazy of all games. However, they served up an all-timer. I would say it was really enjoyable end to end. One of the games of the tournament, and yeah, I think there's been a couple of questions around Croatia. Are they as good as they used to be? They've still got some of their older players, Perisic, Modric, but they've still got a lot to do, and I feel like where they're majorly missing a lot of their stability and what they had going up front was in the striking position. I think Kamrich did well. He was a constant threat through the game, but they don't have that same spark that they used to have in a lot of these major competitions, and that's one of the clear things to see from their standpoint. So they haven't been a threat, and I think that's an area that they need to address. And they're not the most solid team at the back as well. So not being able to and score as many goals as you want and not being able to hold on to a lead is dangerous territory. But you've got to give your hats off to Albania as well. A very hard-working team, a passionate fan base and a passionate nation. And they showed up. And it was an intense game. They deserved, I would say to a degree, they deserved last-minute equaliser. We'll take a look at the stats very briefly. Obviously, they had less of the ball and were, I would say, the lesser teams in all regards. But even with that in mind, 15 shots, 7 on target, compared to 22 and 10 from Croatia. And it's definitely an area where they should have been doing better. Both teams missed big chances. I couldn't believe the scoreline wasn't a lot more, especially from a Croatia standpoint. They'll be disappointed that they didn't take advantage. But a great game to kick off the day. It left Group B in a position where Croatia and Albania could potentially both be knocked out. A draw wasn't bad, especially for Albania. But with Italy and Spain playing tomorrow, both teams could be knocked out, and that wouldn't put them in the best kind of position going forward, or it could be to put them in a perilous position, I should say, going forward. But we'll take a look at the groups once we cover the other two games. The following game, following on from that, was Germany versus Hungary. Germany obviously had that dominating 5-1 victory over Scotland, coming into this game with all the confidence in the world, and Hungary, coming off their defeat, would have been looking to come back and shine. That game with Switzerland, where I would say Switzerland definitely deserved the victory, but Hungary showed passion and energy in the second half, which made it a lot more tense. However, rightful winners came out of that. And again, this game against Germany would be no easy feat, and it turned out to be as much. Now, I think Hungary gave a good account of themselves, obviously against heavy favourites and the host Germany, who are looking like the most dangerous team in the competition so far. But yeah, as good as they would have performed, it wasn't matching up to the output that Germany were doing, and some of the things and moves that they were putting together, especially the Gundogan second goal. I use the word liquid. It was liquid football, seamless football. And you got to give your hats off to Nagelsmann. You got to give your hats off to the players. But having Musiala, who didn't have the best game, having those two players alongside a Kroos, alongside a Gundogan, the creativity is going to be off the marks. The in-between play is going to be off the charts. And again, Germany look like heavy favourites. The questions are going to be around. Again, I think it's kind of difficult to say 7 goals in 2 games, but they're going to always have to find the ball in the back of the net. And the question will be, if they don't score in the first half, what will the reaction be? So I want to see a Germany team frustrated, a Germany team pushed to just see the true potential and who steps up for them. But they've got a number of candidates who can do the job. So Germany doing very well, sitting at the top of the table with 6 points. Hungary at 0, and at this point we're very much looking at the Scotland versus Switzerland result, hoping for a Scotland victory, or maybe even a Switzerland victory, depending on if they were aiming for third placed loser. So that was something that was probably in the back of the mind for Hungary. And going into this game, Scotland versus Switzerland, Scotland knew that they had to come out, get something from this game to give them the best possible chance of getting through as a best loser. It came through first. You could see that their confidence had definitely come back after that 5-1 to Germany. So again, big props to the players, big props to the coaching staff for getting them back up after such a disappointing turnaround from the Germany game. And they were performing well. You can see that Switzerland didn't start as strong as they did against Hungary, and Scotland were on the front foot for large parts, and they turned that into goal. And that's the most important thing when you're playing as well as they were at the time. They took advantage. They got the deflected goal, McGregor finding McTominay at the edge of the box for a deflected strike. And whatever you want to say about McTominay, he's got that instinct. I know he used to play as a striker in the youth teams for Man United. He's got that instinct. He's got that striker's instinct. Knows when to pull back at the edge of the box. Similar for players like Bellingham, Lampard, those are the similar ilk. I'm saying that they're the same players, but they've got an ability to arrive in the box, to sniff around the box for opportunities, to be in the right place at the time. And that's an ability that can get a midfielder 10 plus, 15 plus goals a season, which can aid a team in many ways. Even Odegaard, to a small degree, he has the ability to, whenever Arsenal are doing cutbacks from the wing, he always finds himself in a really good position. And if he doesn't knock it down, you'd be very surprised or very disappointed. So the Scotland game, they came in firing. McTominay deflected strike, and Switzerland to gain a bit more of energy and determination in having an impact on the game from that point onwards. Shaqiri, who was up front, delivered a beautiful strike, in my opinion. No more than 30 minutes after, in the 26th minute, picking up the ball, I think in his first touch, aimed for the near post, and yeah, on the run, beautiful finish. And the quality has always been there. Injuries have played a part, temperament has played a part, but you love players like Shaqiri because they can produce something out of nothing. And the rest of the game kind of played out. There was no real major points from my standpoint. I think it was fairly even. The stats show the same. I think the highlight I take from that game is the Shaqiri strike. It was brilliant. Switzerland are on 4 points, Germany on 6. We'll just take a look at the tables now. And yeah, those two teams should be going through. They're obviously going to play each other on the last game. The emphasis is on, I would say, on Germany to make sure that they don't lose that first position. Everything's been going so well. A draw would get you through at top, and that's what you're looking to do to get the best possible matchup in the next round. Switzerland, again, will probably be hoping that they can get a victory and get the victory over Germany and move forward to the next round with a favourable matchup. And Scotland will be hoping that they can get through as best possible loser, and to do that they'll need a victory against Hungary, and Hungary will probably be looking to see if they can get a slim chance of getting through as well as best loser. So it's all to play for in the next game, and it'll be exciting to see who pulls it out and who will be going through from Group A. It looks like Germany and Switzerland. From Group B, obviously we've mentioned the Croatia-Albania game. Depending on the Spain-Italy game, if they were both to draw, would put them, Croatia and Albania, in a very difficult position in terms of who goes through. But there's still hope as best possible loser. So that game that they play, both against Albania versus Spain and Croatia versus Italy, will be a determining factor in terms of who has the best possible opportunity. But again, it looks like from Group B and Group A, we have our most likely qualifiers. And guys, I'll be covering the games tomorrow. We've got England versus Denmark, and we've also got Italy versus Spain and Slovenia versus Serbia as well. So we've got a whole slate of games for tomorrow. Looking excited to cover that with you guys. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more Euros content, and I'll be checking on you guys and catching up with you soon. Peace.